Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day so far. So today I've got a very exciting collab with my beautiful friend Morgan Turner. Morgan is just the eyeshadow queen. So of course we had to collab together on this eyeshadow wardrobe video. So a little while ago I did my foundation wardrobe tag video where I took you through each of the foundations that I would choose for specific occasions or events, and today Morgan and I are going to be doing the eyeshadow version, of course, because Morgan is the eyeshadow queen here on YouTube. So we have 10 categories. We're each going to be showing you our favorite, our go-to eyeshadow palette for each of these occasions, the ones we feel are best suited to each of these different events and which we would recommend for each of them. So definitely go and check out Morgan's video. If you don't know Morgan, oh my goodness, you are in for a treat. So the first category we have is wedding. So this could be wedding as in you're the bride, or wedding as in you are a guest. And this one immediately jumped out to me because I went to a wedding last year, a couple of weddings last year before that became trickier. And this is the palette that I wore both times, and it is ABH Norvina. I feel like this is such a wedding palette. If you don't want to do a super natural look for a wedding, you want to be a little bit more, you know, have some color or something, but I just find these colors so romantic and wedding appropriate. So if I can find a photo, I'll put one up of the look that I did for the wedding that I went to last year. It was a family wedding, and I used, I think, Love, Volatile, and then I had Wild Child all over the lid, this pinky, and it's just like the perfect romantic pink, girly, feminine, your most beautiful self kind of palette. You know how much I love this palette. It's my favorite ABH palette. I'm like about to hit pan on about half the palette. I just love it, and I definitely feel like this is, it can't go wrong for that kind of wedding guest. Beautiful, your best, but not too over the top, nothing that's, you know, attention or focus stealing. Cannot be doing that at a wedding, but you're still going to look and feel beautiful and romantic. The next category is date night. Now, again, I mean, you could use Norvina. That would be a soft, lovely, beautiful date night palette. But for me, one palette says date night, you know, romantic dinner with the hubs in my collection at least. And this is Divine Rose. I wonder if you guys can guess what I'm going to say. Try and play along down below. This is, I mean, I feel like you guys will know. This is my go-to when I want to feel my most beautiful date night with the husband, understated and soft, but just so beautiful. Like, I absolutely love this shade up here that looks like a white that actually is like a beautiful pink on the lid. This is what I kind of go to as a soft pink eyeshadow look. A lot of the time you guys ask me what's on my lid and it looks pink, and it is actually that white looking shade up there. I mean, you know, Pat McGrath, she likes to tease us. She plays with us. Who knows what you're going to get when you actually put things on your lid, because they're just ever changing. But yeah, the most beautiful, I feel like, date night. Stunning. Can't go wrong. Divine Rose. So next up, girls' night. I mean, I guess girls' night could be subjective. My girls' nights typically will be, you know, a few drinks and dinner somewhere, some lovely, loud, buzzy restaurant with a few margaritas. That's like my go-to girls' night. I guess nowadays, girls' night wouldn't necessarily end up in a nightclub for me, but you know, you never know. So for me, the pick for that occasion is Divine Rose 2. And look at the smudginess of it. Sorry about that. But yeah, this says girls' night to me. One, because of the pink packaging. But these colours, I mean, if that doesn't say like girly glam to you, I don't know what's happening. I just feel like you've got a lot of options in here as well. You know, depending whether you're going for dinner or drinks, or you're going out, or you're going, you know, around someone's house for just a boozy dinner. Like, that's kind of like my just go-to girls' nights these days that I look forward to. And we're getting to have them again now. We're getting to be able to visit our friends, so we can pull these palettes back out again. But yeah, this is like for me, girls' night, because you want to, like, girls appreciate makeup, a lot of girls, more so than men. You know, my husband, he tries, you know, he compliments my makeup. My little boy compliments my makeup all of the time, which is amazing. But a lot of men, you know, they don't know the difference. They don't necessarily know what's good makeup, what colours, what you're doing, what's going on in your face, what we were born with, what we weren't, you know. It's best kept a mystery, I find. But women, girls, other women who are into makeup definitely notice. So, you know, you want to turn up to girls' night and have everybody complimenting your eyeshadow. This is the one, you know, to pull out, because can't go wrong. It's just absolutely glorious, beautiful. And I feel like everyone's going to absolutely compliment the socks off of you all night long, which, you know, doesn't hurt, does it? Next up, vacation, or here in the UK, holiday is what we would call that. So, I mean, this could have been any one of a number of palettes. For me, when I go on holiday, I only take mini palettes. One, because I'm terrified of them getting lost or smashed or broken in some way. The fear is real, okay? Two, because I travel light. You know, I have like 2 children, and you would not believe the amount of stuff you have to take with you on holiday when you have young children. It's insane. I remember going on a holiday when they were really little with a whole suitcase of nappies and wipes. What a fun time. So, you know, makeup, you have to pack minimal. You know, you have to make tough choices, tough decisions. I don't wear a huge amount of makeup on holiday. I won't wear any during the day. If we go out for dinner, I'll wear, you know, a few nights, I might pop some makeup on. So I want to be minimal. I want to be small. So really, I could have chosen any of my smaller palettes, but the one I picked is the Natasha Denona Mini Glam. I'm struggling with my words today. That's fun. And the reason being is that it just, you know, it does, like I've said before, these palettes, they kind of do one look. They do one thing, because you've only got, you know, a couple of mattes to choose from, a couple of shimmers. This is going to give you, you know, a very quick, just whack one or two of these shades in the crease. You've got 5 minutes and go, and it does that beautifully, perfectly. But it can also do a pretty glam look if, you know, you whack the whole palette on your eyes. So you've got some versatility in the smallest little package here. It's also because it's such a natural/neutral palette that it can, you know, I was thinking about retro or mini gold as well, could have gone in here, but you know, then you've got to kind of think about your blush, think about your lip, think about what you're wearing. I mean, if you care about that stuff, you don't really have to. But if you want to match and have a cohesive look, then you might want to have something more neutral. And this obviously isn't going to clash with any lipstick. It's not going to clash with any blush. It's not going to clash with an outfit or anything like that. You can literally do anything else you want as far as colour. So that's what I thought was great. If I was just going to take one with me on holiday, this is the easiest one that is going to go with any occasion, any other makeup, any other outfit. And it's still going to give you soft or pow, depending on the occasion. So this for me, I feel like is a great holiday or vacation choice. Next up, graduation. Now this was interesting to me because we do have graduation like from uni here. We don't have it from, well, we didn't in my day, who knows what's happening now, but we don't really have like a graduation from like secondary school, or I guess in the US that's high school to you guys, I think. Here it's secondary school. We don't have a graduation. You might have a ball, a party, and that's about it. You don't have like an official graduation generally. Maybe some schools do, mine didn't. Certainly nothing big and official like you guys do in the US, but we do have it from university. I didn't get to go to mine because I was away racing, training somewhere, so I missed it. And again, it wasn't a huge deal. Lots of people don't bother to go. You know, lots of people just go on their own. The families don't come. It's not as big of a deal, I don't think, as it is in the US, or it wasn't for me anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to think in my head, obviously knowing what US graduation, or trying to understand what US graduation is like, trying to think of if I was going to a bigger, more formal, more official, more important graduation, what would I wear? And I think I'd go for the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. The state of these palettes. It's a good job I haven't committed any crimes, because they wouldn't be short of any fingerprints around here. But yeah, it's the palette I've actually got on my eyes today. I just feel like you can do something that's, I feel, to me, how I'd want to look on my graduation. I'd want to look grown up. I'd want to look mature. I'd want to look sophisticated and like profesh. but fun and maybe a little sexy, you know, for something for the crowd. I don't know. But yeah, that's how I kind of feel like I would want to look. And I think this palette just does that so beautifully. You know, you don't have to go super, super soft. You can go a bit smoky, you can go a bit glam, but it's still a little understated and a little softer as opposed to like brighter, more like colourful palettes. So I feel like this would be the perfect choice. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I really don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to graduation. But for me, I feel like this would be the look I would want to show on those days. In photos, I want it to be timeless. You know, those graduation photos are going to be on the mantelpiece for the rest of time. So I don't necessarily want to be going, you know, neon colourful. I want it to look like me. I guess maybe it's similar to a wedding. You want to look like yourself, but banging. Next up, Christmas Day. This was one of the easier ones for me, although this is kind of a bit of a lie because my Christmas Day, I don't know about you, but on my Christmas Day, just gone as if it was yesterday. The last Christmas, you know, 2019, before the world ended, I got woken up at 2:30 a.m. on Christmas Day. Let that sink in. By screaming children that Santa had been. It was like the most glorious way to be woken up if you had to be woken up at that hour, let me tell you. But it was my own fault because I made the rookie choice of thinking I was really clever, sneaking their stockings at the end of the fireplace in their bedroom. You know, when I went up to bed, thinking that's done for the morning, I don't have to get up early and do it now. But then one of them woke up for a bathroom break in the middle of the night, saw them, lost their mind, and that was the end of sleep that day. So, you know, I've learned for next year. But point being that actually on Christmas Day, it's crazy. It's crazy. We get woken up at like some insane hour, and then it's all go. It's presents. Then we have a big family breakfast here. Then we get packing up the car and we drive to my mum's for the rest of the family, more presents, then huge big lunch, then, you know, a comatose sleep off in the afternoon, family movies, games, and, you know, you might get to sit down come midnight. That's kind of how our Christmas Day goes. It's perfect. It's wild. It's just beautiful. It's amazing. But an hour of makeup that day doesn't happen. It's just not possible. So generally I'll whack on some tinted moisturiser, a bit of bronzer, maybe. It's not a day I get to do eyeshadow. But for the purpose of this video, I was thinking to myself, if, you know, I thought I did have an hour to do my makeup, or I just had enough time to do some eyeshadow, what would I pick? That's how I kind of tried to think about it. And there was one palette that I instantly went, it would be that one. And it's Mothership 5. And do you know why? Because of this bad boy. This red just, is that not, like, that's Christmas, isn't it? That red. It's just, that is literally Christmas red. That's the colour of the baubles on the Christmas tree, isn't it? Of the tinsel. It's the colour of my stockings. It's just, not my stockings, you understand, the ones that you put presents in. I don't wear stockings. But I mean, yeah, everything about this palette screams Christmas. Even like the rose gold. This is one of my favourite shades of any eyeshadow palette ever. I love this palette. It's very beaten up, so I can only apologise about the state of it. But yeah, I feel like this is so Christmassy, this palette. And it's just, especially this red all over the lid. Christmas. I'm literally getting excited just thinking about it. And, you know, we've got about 6 months to go, so calm down. Next up, a birthday party. When I hear birthday party, I think of a load of like 5-year-olds running around screaming, pulling each other's hair. But I'm trying to think of actually a grown-up's birthday party, my own birthday party perhaps. And the palette that I thought, that's what I'd kind of want to grab for a birthday party, or for my birthday party, not a children's birthday party, is Mini Retro. I just feel like this is such a pretty but unique palette that, you know, if you want to be a bit special, stand out, you know, you want people to compliment you, you want to look really, really beautiful and pretty, but still yourself, but, you know, something a little quirky, a little different, I think Mini Retro is a perfect choice. I can totally see this being like my pick for my birthday. I just think there's something special and different and unique about it, but it's still very understated and daytime as well. So I think this is a great choice for a birthday party, whether it be for 3-year-olds or 33-year-olds, you know, or 103-year-olds. whatever tickles your pickle. Next up, office, an office/work day. Again, an easy one for me because I work normally in the normal life, in the normal world. A year ago, I worked in an office once upon a time, and my office, I'd wear makeup to the office, but really not eyeshadow, maybe some bronzer in the crease, probably was about the max that I did, of always matte. You know, that's about the max for an office in my type of world. So really minimal eyeshadow, and there's one palette that screams that kind of business appropriate, office appropriate, very, very toned down, profesh type of look. And that is Charlotte Tilbury's Desert Haze. Like, this is just perfect for that. If you want to look like no makeup, very understated, very natural, very like barely there as far as eyeshadow, this is like, it just nails it. It's got everything in there that you need. You know, first shade, deepen up the crease, smoke it out if you want to, or liner and lid shade. It's just literally the most concise, perfect palette for that type of look that I can possibly imagine. The next category is errands / everyday, like your go-to, just running around, school run type of situation palette. Again, this was one where the answer was just straight in there, and it's Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Instant Eye Look. I mean, I feel like as soon as you see this, it's just screams everyday. It's the perfect everyday. Although it's quite concise as far as what's in there, and it's, you know, it's really like one vibe, this whole palette. Yes, you've got some more party going on up here, but generally the whole palette is like go-to, everyday, natural, soft glam, understated, no makeup. This is what this palette just screams all day, every day, but with quite a lot of options. And it just, yeah, it's just so easy. I feel like all the shades in here are so easy. You don't have to think, you really can't go wrong. You know, you've got 5 minutes or you've got 20 minutes. It's never gonna do you wrong. It's just, it works for just so many occasions, and it's just so soft and easy. I think it's the easiest, like if you're a beginner and you're scared of colour, this is like the palette that will never do you wrong. It's never going to scare you, or you won't know what shades to use or what combos go together. It's never going to play you. It's like the easiest thing on the planet. And now going to the complete other end of the spectrum, New Year's. New Year's to me is like, whether it's generally these days, New Year's is a house party for me, but whether it's a house party or it's a big night out or a big party somewhere, it's like your time to go all flipping in, isn't it? That's what it represents to me. New Year's Eve is like no holds barred, throw everything at it. You can't be too glam. It can't be too much. That's what New Year's is to me. And again, there's one palette that I feel like in my collection, it screams that better than any other. And this is Mothership 1. Again, because I think it's got those icy tones as well. You know, it's super cool toned. It's got those icy tones. So it works for winter perfectly. Just like, you know, these blues, especially this one up here. Again, it's one of those that, you know, it looks like it might be, you know, turn it this way. Is it blue? Is it pink? What is it? Again, you know, you'll be like the talk of the party, like, oh, that eyeshadow is just, oh, dreamy. But it just works for the season. It works for the occasion. There's so much shimmer and glitter and kapow. It's eye-catching. It's different. You know, if you're wearing like a little black dress, oh, divine. I die. I can't. I'm just praying that by New Year's Eve, you know, that might be an option to go somewhere, do something, you know? Let's say a little prayer. So there you have it. Those are my picks for this eyeshadow wardrobe video. I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to know what yours are in the comments down below. Obviously, go run, check out Morgan's channel. If you're here from Morgan's channel, hi, it's lovely to have you over here. I hope you stay or consider staying, you know, if you'd like to. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.